Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, then hi, my name is Sumbul and I'm at the completion of my master's degree in psychology here at the University of Edinburgh. If you haven't already watched my previous video, then I recommend watching that. It should be around here somewhere, because in that video I talked about the added stresses in university, and one of the added stresses that I mentioned was accommodation. Yes, this may not sound very obvious, but accommodation can be a big life stressor. Where you live matters a lot. Before I jump into this video, I just want to say please subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so that you know instantly whenever I upload a new video, and also hit the like button if you found this video helpful and interesting. I also write some very cool blogs about graduate school life or tips or lessons, so make sure you check that out. I will put the link down below. So in this video I'm going to be talking about different student accommodation options in Edinburgh. I came here as a master's student or simply a postgraduate student, so I will only be speaking from a postgraduate student perspective. So in Edinburgh you basically have three accommodation options as a student. So number one is university accommodations, number two is private student accommodations, and number three private flats. Now this is not some kind of hard and fast rule, but a lot of students either go for university accommodations or private student accommodations. Maybe I think it's because they are lesser hectic, or they are much more convenient as compared to private flats, like choosing private flats as your place of stay. Option number one, that is university accommodations. Now here I am on the accommodation page of University of Edinburgh website. I will put the link down below for you to have a look at it later on. So you have three options here. You have student type, you have catering, and also you have room type. Now, as I mentioned previously that I will only be speaking from a postgraduate student perspective, so I will select postgraduate here. But if you are coming here as an undergraduate, then you should definitely go for undergraduate. Coming on to catering. Now, I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think catering accommodations are only limited to undergraduate students, especially here at the University of Edinburgh. So I'm going to select self-catered. And finally we have room type, and there's single and there's twin, so I'm going to select single and click on to search button. So if you scroll down a little bit, you will see that you have so many options. For a postgraduate student here at the University of Edinburgh, you have Deaconess, you have Holland Annex, you have Oceania North, you have Oceania South, and you have Pentland House. So you have like a lot of options in terms of student accommodations, university accommodations. Let's check out one of the accommodations, and I'm going to click on Deaconess. It's one of the postgraduate students accommodation. Now let's go down a bit. So this is the address of Deaconess, and this is a bit of an overview. Like, it is nearby gym, it is self-catered, it has courtyard space, it has common room, it has ensuite washroom, things like that. Now if I scroll down a little bit, you have room prices, and that's specifically for academic year 2022-23 students, like students who are coming for this academic session. Now this is the room price. So for the standard ensuite room, the charges are 8,740 for the year, and it is self-catered, as I mentioned before. It has ensuite bathroom, and also the utility bills are all included unless there's an overuse, so they are going to charge you extra for it. Now if I click on to view all room features, you get a little bit of a better idea as to what all facilities do you get. You get a wardrobe, you get a desk with drawer and study chair, you have internet, this is very important as we all know, you have a single bed, you have a pin board, and bed linen is not basically provided, so you have to get it by yourself. They're not going to provide it to you. Coming down a little bit, so you can have a bit of a virtual tour here. So if I just give you this virtual tour, you can see, and it is standard ensuite room. So as you can see, this is the pin board, this is the desk, you get wardrobe, washroom, things like that. So you get a bit of an idea. Now coming down, so these are the places that are like nearby Deaconess Accommodations. It is quite close to George Square campus, which is the main campus of the university. It is like 10 minutes walking distance, and it is, like I said before, it is very close by to the university gym. It's like only 1 minute walking distance. It's very nearby to Princess Street. If you walk, it's like 19 minutes, and if you take a bus, it's like 24 minutes. So that just depends, whatever your preference. It's also nearby Waverley train station, Edinburgh Castle, Tesco Market. I think it's really important. I know sometimes it's not possible to get a place that is close by to every other thing, but we should always try to go for a place that is close to the basic amenities as much as possible. Now coming on to option number 2, that is private student accommodations. Before I tell you about the options that are available, I just want to clarify what private student accommodations are. So these are the places for university students, but they're not related to university in any way. These accommodations are completely owned by private companies, but you get the facilities that you get in university accommodations. Personally, I didn't know anything about private student accommodations. I didn't know they even existed, but someone told me right at the time I was doing my research and accommodations. So here I have opened up the website of University of Edinburgh Students Association Advice Place. It has got a lot of relevant information regarding any topic that you're interested in. So right now I have this whole information on private student accommodation. So as you can see, this accommodation, which has been built specifically for students, as I just mentioned, but which is run by private companies rather than the university. You also have that it is a bit more expensive than university accommodation. Yeah, there can be price differences, but you can always just look out and just see what's comfortable and what's in your budget. But the standards of accommodation are often high, and there are lots of ensuite rooms available. Most private student accommodation providers will want you to sign a lease for the full year, although in years of lower demand they may consider one semester leases. So this is how it goes everywhere. And now coming on to the list, so here's a list of some of the private student accommodation providers that we know are operating in Edinburgh. So this is not an exhausting list, but this is all that's based on their research. So even they are saying that we encourage you to read reviews online and find out about other students' experiences before signing a contract. So you have all these options in terms of private student accommodations, like Collegiate AC. You have free student living. I don't think I have heard of this, but I did hear about Collegiate AC. Unite student accommodations, yes, I've heard of this. I've heard of IQ student accommodation, the student housing company, Homes for Students, Prestige, CRM student accommodation, Student Castle, Downing Students, Nido Collection, and Student Route. So I'm not getting a lot in depth here right now, because the idea was just to give you an overview of what private student accommodations are and what all options that are available. But if you are interested, I can definitely make a whole video on private student accommodations and how you can just go about these places. So if you're interested, do let me know in the comment section down below. That's it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting. So the idea behind this video was just to give you an overview of different accommodation options for students here in Edinburgh. I know I did not go in a lot of depth, but if you're interested in more videos like this, then do comment in the comment section down below, and I will definitely make more content on this. Take care and stay happy.